It actually all started when we started doing guitar tops this spring. I mentioned that a lot of companies use vertical bandsaws to cut their guitar tops. So in order to actually know whether I'm doing guitar tops properly, we need to try cutting our guitars on a vertical bandsaw. And the only tool for the job is like a big industrial strength, overbuilt machine that has so much weight behind it that you just can't slow it down with like a decent sized chunk of wood. This is it. I found one and it wasn't even that far away. I think it was like 5 kilometers, maybe 3 kilometers from our mill. Yeah, can't believe it. It's amazing. So I found this tool at a friend's wood shop. When you buy a piece of property around here, it usually comes with a lot of junk. His was no exception. Actually, his is probably the epitome of that because there's just so many tools, so much stuff. But once you kind of lock on to a target, in this case,
Centuro C. That's a monster.
it stops looking like junk and starts looking a lot more like gold.
I'm 6'4". Oh, it's pretty big. 8 feet probably. Look at the size of this table. It'd be nice to get some measurements on it. So big. Here's the motor down here. Look at the size of that motor. Wow. What a motor. So if you've watched some of our other videos, you've probably seen that we've made up some guitar top blanks. They look like firewood. They're cut in a triangle. But to cut a short piece like that, we want to feed it through a machine like this to cut guitar sheets out of. And this is exactly what we need. We need something that can cut about 9 inches of depth. It's got to be quite powerful to do a full rip repeatedly, over and over again. So something like this, and then we would make up something that clamps those billets and runs it back and forth through to cut those sheets. It's got to be incredibly accurate.
We're gonna have to clean up everything at the base here just to get a view of it. And we're gonna have to clear an access kind of to it. So there's some stuff to clean over here. No big deal. We are used to cleaning stuff up. We've spent the last year or two basically doing that in small intervals. Yeah, let's get some garbage bags set up and look around, make sure we know where we're gonna put stuff and start organizing, because a lot of this stuff is probably still good. Some of it might be scrap metal and that has some value. Some of it might be garbage. Some of it might be really nice. So we're gonna separate everything out and get a better look at this machine. That's a really cool hydraulic controller. We need that.
Oh, look.
It works.
Yeah.
Forwards and backwards, right?
Big one. It's like
that's how we control our splitter that we're gonna build.
It'd be nice to have a big long arm.
Yeah,
so you don't have to be too close to
there's actually quite a bit of hydraulics around. Let's get the hydraulics organized for him too, so that we can come back when we're doing hydraulics.
There's an airplane. Do you see the airplane? You notice that's an airplane?
What? Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, that's a wooden airplane. Let us know in the comments if you want us to come back and try and make this wooden airplane fly.
Yes.
We made a huge dent in access, so now we can get right up to the table, which is awesome. And we might go a step further and maybe sweep out the floor and tidy things up a little bit better.
Yeah, there's a lot of screws and stuff on the floor still.
Yeah.
It's like anything like this is you just go down in layers.
Yeah, and then once we've kind of cleared all the way around the tool, we can do a better inspection and see, what the tool looks like. But we're pretty committed to it, so we won't look too hard at it.
Yeah.
We'll just look at how we're gonna lift it, because we have to get it out of here. So how we're actually gonna move it. It's not liftable, like it can't. There's no way we can actually pick it up. by hand. Just as a fun experiment, do you guys want to see if I can lift this?
Okay.
Just like one edge. I feel like it's possible. You need a block to stand on. It's too high for me. It's too high for me. It's like a bicep curl at this height.
Okay, Mike's gonna try. It's a better height for Mike. Lock my wrists into my hips.
Hey, it budged a little bit. I swear it
I
moved.
think that was just the table flexing.
Nope. We're gonna have to use something else.
So, I don't know if we ever told you the story of our sawmill's got a butter knife that's just always been there. And this one comes with its own butter knife. Look at that. And there's very little wear on it, so you know it's got probably low hours. If you look at ours has seen a few things. Stay tuned for the video where we fix all these things.
Yeah. So now we just need to move it.
Yeah. And we're gonna need a forklift of some kind because we're just trying to figure out how we're gonna move it, because it's pretty hard to get some forks under here and it's gonna be quite tippy because it's so tall. So we're talking about either bringing some chains underneath and kind of cradling it and strap it, or there's actually a couple of holes up here we could put a chain through there and try and lift it right from the very top. But it's so tall that it's hard to get forks up that high and still stay below our entranceway. It's going to be a bit of a thing to get it out of here.